One of Australia's most loved and enduring artists, Margaret Olley, has died in Sydney at the age of 88. Margaret Olley was renowned for her elaborate still life works, her colourful personality and her generosity to the arts. Anne-Marie Nicholson looks back at her remarkable career.
Margaret Olley was the queen of Australian painting, just as happy at the easel or the centre of attention as the artist's subject. She was there in early 2011 when her portrait by Ben Quilty won the Archibald Prize, making her the only person whose face has carried off the coveted award twice.
Because it went back, yeah.
Her sparkling eyes and cheeky sense of humour were a trademark, as they were this day when she said she had considered Quilty's request to pose nude.
He did ask me to pose naked, and I thought, will I or won't I? And I thought, no.
Margaret Olley was born in Lismore in New South Wales on the 24th of June 1923. She moved with her parents at a young age to far north Queensland. Her artistic talent was nurtured in Brisbane in her teens when she attended Somerville House, a girls' boarding school.
I remember I went to the principal and I said my mother had given me permission to drop French and take an extra art lesson. I mean, the woman never even asked to see this letter that never existed. But I knew what I wanted to do.
Art school followed, first at Brisbane Technical College, then East Sydney Tech. From the 1940s, Margaret Olley became part of the Sydney painting set, counting among her friends artists who came to dominate Australia's art world. Her first of more than 60 exhibitions was in 1948 at Sydney's Macquarie Galleries. That same year, a portrait of her by Dobell won the Archibald Prize.
In the 40s, he rides the crest of fame on controversy. His portrait of fellow artist Joshua Smith is dubbed a caricature and grotesque. But he retains the Archibald Prize, and in 1948 does it again with his portrait of young Brisbane artist Margaret Olley.
Margaret Olley's signature became her luscious still life works, mostly painted in her famously cluttered house and garden in Sydney's eastern suburbs. New South Wales Art Gallery director Edmund Capon was a recipient of her kindness. She donated almost $7 million to the gallery in works and cash, most notably a cheque for $1 million towards the $16 million purchase of a Paul Cézanne painting.
I said, if you find a Cézanne, I'll give you $1 million. So that was like an incentive to go and look for a Cézanne.
But there was a flip side to the smiling public face. Margaret Olley battled depression, alcoholism and a tilt at suicide.
No, I thought I was dying. I really wanted to kill myself, to be quite honest, but I thought I'd make a mess of it.
The closest she came to marriage was with her longtime partner, theatre director Sam Hughes.
I don't like to be owned. I'm a free spirit, and I hope I always remain a free spirit, because being a free spirit allows you to do whatever you want to do.
In later years, Margaret Olley cut a familiar figure on her walking frame in her beloved art galleries, leaving everyone in her wake with lasting impressions.
You don't walk away from meeting someone like Margaret often, someone who has such an incredibly left-of-centre view of the world, and so refreshing. There's not much you can say to her that she hasn't thought through and she doesn't have an argument for.
Oh, marvellous with the cornflowers.
But Margaret Olley's legacy is greater. She's survived by thousands of her paintings, lavish gifts to a string of city and regional galleries, and unforgettable memories among friends and artists of an extraordinary woman. Anne-Marie Nicholson, Lateline.